Hi, welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. I'm Carolyn McDonald and I'm here with Anitra Stevens to talk to her about her film, Explain It. Let's take a look at a clip from the film.
Black Lives Matter protests all across America in response to the unfairness and high killing rate of African Americans. These citizens are tired of being chased in the street and they're asking for justice.
Anitra, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm excited to talk to you about your film, Explain It. So tell me, what is the origin of it? How did you come up with the concept for this film?
Well, I'm a mom, and I'm a mom of a little one who is biracial. And so the story kind of stemmed from conversations that I've had with my husband, and it made me think about, like, if I wasn't around, like, what would be his take on how to raise our daughter? Of course, she would always be looked at as a person of color. And so from a white perspective, white male trying to raise a Black woman, like, what does that look like? So kind of like that's where the story kind of resonated and kind of started. And with the Black Lives Matter situation that was happening all through COVID, I was just like, you know, what is he gonna tell his daughter, like, about what's happening if she had some type of an emotional reaction to what was going on? And prospectively, I was just like, there's not much he could really say. I mean, he can try, but it's like, how do you explain it? Like, what are the words that he can tell her to make her feel comfortable and safe and also strong. And so that's where the film kind of, you know, came about. And I woke up one morning, I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I did it.
Good for you, good for you. Yeah, it's really, really wonderful. And the way you did it, I don't want to give it away in case people haven't seen it yet.
Sorry.
But no, I mean, no, just specifically, but as you were developing the script, did you ever think of anything to say and pull back on it, or you just left the character with nothing, not knowing?
Initially, when I first was like, oh, let me write this script, I was like, oh, I can write about this. We can really talk about, you know, where is the mother in this situation? And then I was like, you know what? I just want to keep it simple. I just want to make one small statement, and this is what it is. I pulled back a lot. Like the script was like, you know, this, and then I was just like, I just need this part. And I think this will tell the story, the snippet of what the feeling in the room, the feeling of the era, the feeling of you know, explaining it. You know, so, yeah.
Did you envision us as viewers going in our heads, you know, about that? Was that your intention, that because it left me just wanting to know with many kinds of things, like, what is he going to say? What would I say? You know, was that your intention?
That was the purpose. Exactly. It's for, you know, like, I can give it all to you, right? As a filmmaker, you know, there are projects where you want to give it all to your audience. This particular project for me, I didn't want that. I want it to be a question, you know? The title was a question, and I wanted to be a question when it went dark. And so I kept it the way it was because I wanted the audience to have that question of, like, how do you explain this? Like, how would you explain this? Like, what would you say to your child? Black, white, you know, whatever, you know, what would you say to your child about that particular situation that was happening? You know, personally speaking, you know, while it was happening in real life, you know, trying to talk to my daughter about, like, okay, why are people upset? And, you know, not going into graphic details of what the actual real situation was. So it's hard. It's you know, it's hard. It's hard as a parent. It's hard as a mother. It's hard as a person trying to just, you know, having a little person, aunt, uncle, whatever, you know, in the room, and just like, hey, what's going on, mommy, daddy, auntie, grandparent, whatever, and having to explain whatever, you know, the situation that was happening at that time.
Right. So to dovetail on that, you personally, how did that change you or influence you after the fact, you know, to have a conversation? Did it at all, or did it influence how you would have that conversation?
I would say, I think I'm more aware of wanting to instill more education to my daughter about who she is well, you know, where she comes from more or less, because I can't tell her who she is, because she's going to be who she is. But I want her to have a history and an understanding of her ancestry, her, you know, her grandparents from my side, and also respectively, you know, my husband's grandparents and all that stuff. But I just, you know, I want to protect her and her have strength of when they look at her and when she goes into a room as an adult, she knows that, hey, I'm a person, but I'm also a Black woman. And so there may be some caveats to that. I'm hoping that maybe not, but they may be, you know, and I want her to be, you know, powerful in that way.
Right, exactly.
You know, whether I'm here or not here, I want her to be able to handle herself.
Yeah, I hear you. Has she seen the film, your daughter?
You know, I don't know. I didn't share the film with her. She knows about it, of course. I mean, she's seen it at me editing the film, but for her sitting there in its entirety, she has not. Yeah, she hasn't. Yeah.
Okay. And so talk about that production process. You edited. What was it like? What was your crew like? And how long did it take you to shoot?
Well, I don't know. So for disclosure, I ended up shooting 2 shorts during that time. I had this one short that I was really passionate about, and I had gathered the crew to do that particular short. And I was like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it over 2 days. This is, you know, everyone loved that piece that I did, that we initially were gonna do. And I literally woke up the next morning and was just like, I had this feeling, I had this passion to tell this story also. So I talked to my producer and I was just like, hey, since we have the crew, can we shoot this also?
Wow, okay.
And everyone was just like, sure, this is great. So I just sat down. I kind of had something on the side of the script, but just that morning I was just like, hey, why not just do it now? And so I called, you know, he was actually my cousin, who actually was the star of the film.
Oh, wow, really?
Justin, he's my cousin. And I was just like, hey, can you come on Sunday and shoot this short with me? And this is what it's about. And I knew he could do it, you know? And so yeah, I had the crew there and I was just like, let's just do it. And that's what we did. And everyone, it's really funny because this one has gotten more attention than the other one. So yeah.
Wow. And the little girl.
Yes. Oh my gosh, she's lovely. Oh, Lila. Oh, I love her so much. She's, wow, she's just amazing. I've known her since she was not existing. She's my friend's child, and this is her second short she's done with me.
Oh, cool.
And so she's delightful. She's very smart. I didn't have to give her really many notes about you know what I needed from her. I told her what the story's about, and I told her where she was supposed to feel with her dad, and she made it work. She did it. Like I think I only took, I don't know, maybe 3 takes with her.
Wow.
And she got it. It was like spot on. Like the first time I think she went a little bit over, but like the last 2 takes she was spot on. I was just like, she's wonderful. So,
oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Lila's great. Yeah.
Right on. So tell us, what can we expect to see from you next as a filmmaker?
Well, you know, this story has really spoken to a lot of people, and surprisingly. So I've been actually trying to working on a script that kind of tells the story of a single Caucasian male raising a Black little girl. So that's in the works. That, you know, pre-production. You know, I have a script. Of course, there's notes to be had. But yeah, that's what I'm currently working on at the moment. So yeah,
cool.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. Really appreciate talking with you, and best of luck with everything you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me. This is a wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Great.